Hello everybody, welcome to Mezi classes. I am Shubham and this is day 1 of JEE Maths Rapid Revision series. The series will be conducted in Assamese and English combined. So this series mainly aims to help JEE aspirants from Assam. So the first topic that we are going to do is complex numbers. So hetu agor amar agot approximately 1 month ase JEE mains or agot. So আমি ভাবিছো every day নহলে every alternate day আমি এটা টপিক উপৰত ভিডিও উলাম বা লেকচাৰস উলাম. So yeah, this is the first one. Etu first video হয়. ইয়াৰ পাছত consecutively এনেকে ভিডিও আহি থাকিব বেলেগ বেলেগ টপিকৰ ওপৰত. So ইয়াতে আমি mainly 5টা question choose কৰিছো আজি which we think are relevant for the as per the JEE mains is concerned. So let's begin with the lecture. So our first question is say if z1 and z2 are two complex numbers such that z2 by z1 is purely imaginary number, then z1 minus 4z2 by z1 plus 4z2 modulus is equal to. So our firstly diya ase z2 by z1 is purely imaginary. So etu information to ami agote use koru z2 by z1 is purely imaginary amak diya ase. So tar pasot z2 by z1 can be written as ai. So ami usually etu likhu nohoy. Let me use a pen. So ami usually etu likhu. So z equals to ami likhu x plus I y, right? So z equals to x plus I y, but function of z jetia hoy eta kiba eta function, this is function of z, right? But this is also a function of z, z2 by z1. So etuo eta x plus I y form ote thake by u plus I v ko paru by x plus I y ko paru. So juntu second term to thake, this is imaginary term, right? So yate I y juntu ase we have set it as ai because it is a complex imaginary number, right? It is just an imaginary number. So ai to ami eta imaginary number boli bhabi loisu. So z2 by z1 is ai. So etu information to ami next keneke use koribo pari we saw ami sam. So yate jetia in this equation jetia ami z1 to common ulai diu ভিতৰত থাকিব 1 minus 4z2 by z1. So z1 to যদি আমি common ulai diu upor pao tolor pao tetia amar ভিতৰত কি থাকিব 1 minus 4z2 by z1 1 plus 4z2 by z1. So z1 to amar cancel gol yate. So tar pasot amar bhitor ki thakile 1 minus 4 z2 by z1. Again z2 by z1 to ami ei matro ulaisu noy ai. So we'll put this ai as z2 by z1. Means z2 by z1 we'll put z2 by z1 as ai. So z2 by z1 to ai put kora pasot we get 1 minus 4 ai divided by 1 plus 4 ai whole modulus. Now see modulus of z or modulus to ki hoy z or modulus to when z is in the form x plus iy, modulus of z will be given by root over x square plus y square. So this is the next point that we have to remember. Jodi yate just duta bostu janibo ase how to use this information here and this modulus of z to ki hoy. So etu duta information ami janile we can easily answer this question. So modulus of z is equals to root over x square plus y square. So x to amar ki ase yate 1 ase aru yate minus 4a ase, thik ase. Y2 y is minus 4a, this is y and this is x is, let me write it properly, this is x and this is y, ठीक है. This is x is 1 and y is minus 4a. And similarly here in this case x is 1 and y is plus 4a to amar y hoy. So in both the cases either ami minus 4a square koru ba plus 4a square koru mod of z jetia ono, because this is mod, right? This is also mod, this is also mod. So jetia ami a2 square koru y square to koru, in both the cases it will be plus 16a square, right? So uporot aru tolot we have the same number. So basically this is a number, so same number we can cancel it out, so we'll get it as 1. Okay, so the answer is 1. So our option 2 to write her d right her. I don't exactly remember, but this is also a JEE question as far as I know. I forgot to write it, but this is also a JEE question. ठीक है. So see, this is very easy question if you see it this way. কারণ z2 by z1 is purely imaginary. আমি যদি এটু ইনফরমেশন তো ইয়াতে ইউজ করু, তারপর we just have to know that mod of z equals to root over x square plus y square, which is a very common known form of z, right? Mod of z. Okay, so next আমি যাও so next question to আছে আমাৰ if z is not equals to 1 and z square by z minus 1 is real, then the point represented by complex number z lies number A either on real axis or on a circle passing through the origin, on a circle with center at the origin, either on real axis or a circle not passing through the origin on the imaginary axis. So amar yate main information to dia ase amar yate main information to dia ase z square by z minus 1 is real, so it is real. So real mane ami অলপ আগতে লিখিছিলো as we know z equals to কি আছিল আমাৰ x plus I y, right? So z equals to x plus I y hole amar z is real means only this part is there, not z is not real, sorry, this whole function is real. So if this function is of the form of x plus I y by u plus I v, tetia jonto real part ase I jor ase hetu term to 9, just this portion is there, right? So we can use this information and we can use the property related to this. So let's proceed. So amar osor dia ase z square by z minus 1 is purely real. So etu bostu to jodi real hoy amar ki thakibo khali x part to ase y part to nai, tar mane ki hol z bar jodi ami koru in this case, not in this case etu z nohoy etu ami kiba eta u ba w ba kiba eta function dhoribo lagibo, this is function of z, but jodi z o dhoru ami z bar to ki hoy amar z bar will be equal to x plus I y, right? So jodi amar imaginary part to nai khali real part ase, so already this part is not there, I plus I y plus I y to na thake, so amar just x part to thakibo. So z bar o x hoy amar z o amar x hoy, that means z equals to z bar. This is a simple property which you can also get in any books. So this is the property which you must remember, z bar equals to z for any real real complex number or real complex function. So yate z square by z minus 1 purely real hole ki hobo amar z square by z minus 1 tar jontu bar ase which will be equal to the function itself, z square by z minus 1 to tar bar or logot equal whole bar. So yar whole bar to ami jodi khuli diu z bar square by z bar minus 1 etu same bostu ro ami bar logai disu khali, thik ase. So this thing we can again solve it, ঠিক আছে, we can again solve it, etu cross multiply koribo paru, just multiply this over here, multiply this over here, clear? So this is the thing, etu multiply korar pas ki aibo z square into z bar minus 1 etu ahile into equals to z bar square into z minus 1. So etu bostu ta ami just simplify kori dim ako. So next step ot ami koribo paru, so z square amar same bostu amar agor khiniye hoy, খালি আমি কি কৰিলো z square to z bar লগত মাল্টিপ্লাই কৰিলো আৰু z square to 1 ৰ লগত মাল্টিপ্লাই কৰিলো, ইয়াতেও same z bar square to z আৰু minus 1 ৰ লগত মাল্টিপ্লাই কৰিলো. So just multiplying this we get z square z bar minus z square equals to z bar square z minus z bar square. So এতিয়া আমি জানো z square equals to কি হয়, z square is again equals to can be written as z into z. This is simple. So z into z le লিখি দিলো আমি, আকৌ z bar square similarly z bar into z bar, but here ami আকৌ eta property use koribo paru which is z bar equals to or z bar z, this two will be equal to mod of z square. This is also one property, etu eta property hoy mod of z square jontu thake amar equals to z bar z or z bar, this two things are equal and it is equal to z mod of z square. So ami etu bostu to z bar z to ami mod of z te replace koribo paru, so this is equal to this mod of z square. So etu replace kori we can take mod of z square on the same side ot loi golu ami duta jontu mod of z square jonbur ase, sorry here my z bar to eta miss hoy gol, we can replace this, yeah this is z bar karon etu bar to etu hoy z bar z is mod of z square. Okay, so okay, so moving forward ami ki koribo paru etu ami same side loi goisu, so same side loi gole we can take mod z square common, so mod z square common loa pasal amar sort ki thakile z minus z bar aru etu jodi ifale loi jao amar z square minus z bar square, so etu thakile so this is again of the form a square minus b square ঠিক আছে এটো a square minus b square ফর্মত আছে আৰু ইয়াতে mod of z square z minus z bar so এটো যদি আমি ইফালে লৈ আহো this is equal to 0 এটো ইকুয়েশন আহি গল so এটো again আমি কি কৰিব পাৰো a square minus b square ফৰ্মত আছিল যেনেকৈ আমি কলো so a square minus b square টো আমি লিখিব পাৰো a minus b into a plus b so again see ইয়াতে আমি কি আছে this is common z minus z bar so এটো বস্তুটো আকৌ কমন উলাব পাৰো আমি so common যদি উলাও z minus z bar common উলালে ভিতর থাকি গল mod of z square minus z bar see ইয়াতে এতিয়া আমাৰ ওচৰত আছে দুটা part of the equation so এটো এটা solution দিব আমাক আৰু এটো এটা solution দিব কারণ this equals to 0 means either this can be equal to 0 or this can be equal to 0 এটো 0 হ'ব পাৰে হলে এটো 0 হ'ব পাৰে so এটো 0 কইলে আমাৰ এটা solution আহিব so z minus z bar equals to 0 or z mod of z square minus z plus z bar equals to 0 so দুটা পা আমাৰ দুটা solution আহিব so one solution is z equals to z bar so যদি এটো ইফালে লৈ যাও আমাৰ z equals to z bar আহিব so z equals to z bar আমি just last question কৰিছিলো z equals to z bar is only possible when z equals to x just real part আছে right just the real part is there is no imaginary part clear so this is the real part that means z bar equals to z means it is y equals to 0 it just contains x means y equals to 0 or this is equation for a real axis locus of z is a real axis we can clearly see this a real axis okay real axis আৰু next here we can take the solution as z mod of z square minus z plus z bar ইয়াৰ পৰা আমাৰ আৰু এটা solution আহিব since mod of z is equals to mod of z square equals to root over x square plus y square whole square right so it is equal to x square plus y square so mod of z square equals to x square plus y square হৈ গল আৰু z plus z bar so z equals to x plus iy হয় আমাৰ আৰু z bar equals to x minus iy হয় so minus iy plus iy cancel হৈ গলে আমাৰ 2x থাকিব so this is basically the equation of a circle passing through the origin you can check this the general equation of circle para you can check this so basically this is equation of a circle passing through the origin so amar duta equation ulaise duta equation apa sorry duta solution ulaise eta solution ma ki ulaise locus of z is a real axis aru eta locus of z is circle passing through the origin so amar answer to ki hobo either on the real axis or circle passing through the origin yeah this here circle not passing through the origin so our answer is a ঠিক আছে so this is little tougher than the first one is অলপমান tough আছে কিন্তু ইমানো tough নহয় if you follow the steps বা নিজে কৰি থাকা যি মই কৈ আছো তুমি কৰি গৈ থাকিলে you will be able to do it if you are watching the video just hold a pen and just follow the steps it is easy okay so next question answer so next question to hai if argument of z minus 1 by z plus 1 equals to pi by 2 then mod of z equals to so amar yate argument of concept agile so for this you will have to know what is argument of z so argument of z is basically our tan inverse of y by x where y and x jenike ami agote discuss korisilu z equals to x plus iy so tan inverse of y by x amak ki dibo argument of z ঠিক আছে so argument of z means tan inverse of y by x so in this case argument of z minus 1 by z plus 1 is tan inverse of imaginary part of this divided by the real part of this ঠিক আছে so amar jodi pi by 2 dise tan inverse of anything equals to pi by 2 tan inverse of anything equals to pi by 2 means this has to be infinity karon tan pi by 2 is infinity right so tan pi by 2 jodi infinity hoy amar so tan inverse of y by x amar ki hobo lagibo this has to be infinity, so infinity hobole ki hobo lagibo x should be equal to 0, y jikono bostu hobo pare mane jikono value hold koribo pare y, but x will have to be 0 tetia he etu bostu to infinity hobo, right? So etu bostu amar x0 mane it is just imaginary part, so we'll have to know that z minus 1 by z plus 1 just imaginary part e ase, z minus 1 by z plus 1 or just imaginary part e ase, real part nai. So let's move forward. Since argument is this much, so argument is tan inverse of y by x, jeneke ami koisilu argument of z by, in this case it is not z, it is z minus 1 by z plus 1. So this whole is a function, zero jagar etu function to thoi loa, so here real part to 0 hobo lagibo, just imaginary part e hol koribo, this is purely imaginary as I said, right? So it will just z minus 1 by z plus 1 is purely imaginary, khali imaginary hobo lagibo. So imaginary hole ami etuk eta function u boli dhoi lolu, u is a function of say z, this is u, it is function of z, right? U is a function of z which is equals to z minus 1 by z plus 1. So etu jodi purely imaginary hoy tetia ki hobo, z equals to minus of z bar. You can also cross verify this, etu cross verify koribo para, jodi amar z to imaginary hoy tetia ki hobo, z equals to iy, just iy e thakibo, x part na thake, so z bar will be equal to minus of I y, right? So this is minus of z, so etu ki hoy amar z bar equals to minus of z. So similarly u amar kesot u hobo, u bar equals to, let's see over here, u bar equals to minus of u, or u equals to minus of u bar. So u equals to minus of u bar hole ami ki koribo paru, z minus 1 by, karon u to z minus 1 by z plus 1 asil, so z minus 1 by z plus 1 equals to minus of z minus 1 by z plus 1 whole bar. Eti ami bar to khuli diu, bar to khuli dile ki hobo, z bar minus 1 by z bar plus 1 agot minus ase, and then we cross multiply, ঠিক আছে? cross multiply korile amar ki hobo, z minus 1 into z bar plus 1, into z bar plus 1, and minus of z bar minus 1 minus of z bar minus 1 into z plus 1, into z plus 1, ঠিক আছে? So again we'll open this and then try to solve it. Etia z into z bar eta ahi gol, z into z bar, and z into 1 z minus z etu pa ahibo, minus 1 into plus 1 minus 1, minus z into z bar minus z bar, minus z into minus 1 will give us plus z, minus 1 into z bar will give us minus z, aru minus 1 into minus 1 will give us plus 1. So this is the final expression. Etia yate we can clearly see we can cancel this z dui file plus ase, z bar dui file minus ase, we can cancel it, and we can add this will add up with this if we take it to left hand side, and this will add with this if we take it to right hand side, ঠিক আছে? So 2z bar will be equal to minus equals to 2. Again z bar to ami olop agote saisilu, z bar is equals to, again z bar will be equal to mod of z square. So z bar 2z bar to amar ki hobo 2 mod z square, aru ifale amar ase 2, so 2 cancel again, and we'll get mod of z equals to plus minus 1. So mod of z will be equal to plus minus 1. So let's move to the solution portion. So the answer will be 1, minus 1 to 9, so we just have 1. So this is pretty easy question or simple question. You just have to follow the follow what the question e ki koi ase hetu jodi follow kori goi thaka, you will get to the answer. Just you have to know ki argument e ki bujhay, amar argument to pi by 2 mane ki hoy, etu mane hoy tan inverse of y by x will be equal to pi by 2. So tan pi by 2 is infinity, so y by x is infinity, which means x has to be 0. y value jikono hobo pare kintu x to 0 hobo, ঠিক আছে? So x to 0 hole amar property ki hobo, jodi tomar property monoto nai tetiao you can directly use this, jeneke etu moi saisu etu property tumi nije sabo para, ঠিক আছে? Let's move to the next question. Next question dia ase amar 1 plus omega whole to the power 7 equals to a plus b omega, where if cube root, where this is, where it has to be omega, sorry, omega is the cube root of unity, okay? Omega is the cube root of unity, then a and b are respectively given by a aru b kuntu value edibo. so etia when we talk about cube root of unity amar eta important formula ase important formula hol 1 plus omega square equals to 0 please remember this formula etu formula to monot thoba etu formula bahut important formula hoy when you talk about cube root of unity this is most important formula in cube root of unity so 1 plus omega square equals to 0 when where omega is cube root of unity so cube root of unity hole ki hobo omega cube equals to 1 basically omega cube equals to 1 that means omega is the cube root of 1 and 1 plus omega square equals to 0 this is the formula ठीक है so from here we can also write 1 plus omega equals to minus of omega square so this is the most important formula that we'll use so yate amar juntu dia ase etu we'll try to simplify kote we can see যে 1 plus omega to the power 7 etu expand koribole it will be harder right we'll have to do some work to expand this etu expand koribole olop kosto hobo kintu ami jetia 1 plus omega to ami omega square minus omega square di replace kori dim it seems to be easier dekhile easy lage so let's proceed that way okay so jetia ami 1 plus omega to minus omega replace kori dim tetia minus omega square whole to the power 7 equals to a plus b omega so etia swa minus omega square to the power 7 to ami ki likhibo paru this is odd power right so minus will not change minus will remain minus so minus omega to the power 14 so omega to the power 14 equals to a b omega etia ami ki koilu omega to the power 14 to ami omega to the power 12 into omega square ami ki koilu bhagi dilu so why did we do this so the main purpose of this is we know right omega cube ki ase omega cube equals to 1 because it is cube root of unity right omega is cube root of unity so that means omega cube equals to 1 so we try to ami ki koru juntu power omega power ase ami enekake bhangibo bisaru so that it becomes the fraction of 3 means multiple of 3 not the fraction sorry multiple of 3 so omega to the power 12 can be written as omega to the power 3 to the power 4 so basically omega to the power 3 is 1 so whole to the power 4 will give us again 1 okay so this portion is equal to basically 1 okay so we could have done আমি কি কৰিব পাৰিলো 12 to আমি 14 বনাই দিব পাৰিলো কিন্তু 14 is not the factor of multiple of 3 so 3 multiple নহলে কি হল আমি এটো ভাঙিব নোৱাৰিলো হয় we could not have simplified this so once we have achieved this etu পাই যোৱা পাছত আমি কি কৰিব পাৰো ইয়াতে omega square আছে ইয়াতে omega আছে we can directly bring this together so next আমি কি কৰো আমি এটো ইফালে আনিলো omega square minus a minus b omega এটো দুটা ইফালে আনিলো this is 1 তাৰ পাছত আমি minus to common উলাই we can remove it right so minus to remove কৰাৰ পাছত আমাৰ কি ফৰ্ম আহিছে omega square plus b omega plus a equals to 0 now this form looks similar etu form to similar লাগিছে omega square plus omega plus 1 omega square plus omega plus 1 equals to 0 so ইয়াৰে পৰা we can clearly see যদি if this is true তেতিয়া কি হ'ব লাগিব a আৰু b compare কৰিলে আমি কি চাম যে a আৰু b is equals to a is also equal to 1 b is also equal to 1 so this is the solution so this is very basic question if you see from that point you just have to know তুমি খালি জানিব লাগিব যে 1 plus omega square equals to 0 এটো important formula হয় আৰু since omega is cube root of 1 omega cube equals to 1 so our answer কি আহিলে 1 1 okay so let's move to the last question আমাৰ আৰু এটা question আছে so for a complex number z if the imaginary part is non-zero imaginary part to non-zero z imaginary part is non-zero and this is real so eto real hoy aru amar imaginary part to non-zero hoy then which of the following cannot be the value of a value kuntu hobo nuare amar the condition dia ase z has imaginary part to 0 nohoy okay so moving forward ami ki koribo bisaru ami z or solution to ulabo bisari so z square plus z plus 1 equals to a dia ase amar so ami z or solution ulabole ki korim ami a to ifale loi jam minus a z square plus z plus a plus 1 minus a equals to 0 so amar jeti ami solution ulao ami quadratic equation this is a quadratic equation right so quadratic equation or solution ulabo bisale ami ki korum x square plus ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 thakile ami ki koru x equals to solution ki he diye solution to দিয়ে আমাৰ x equals to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So in this case আমাৰ কি আছে x2 replaced by z. ঠিক আছে আমাৰ same equation আছে, this is the equation, right? ইয়াতেও same equation আছে, just x2 আমাৰ z এ replace কৰিছে. In case of a to কি আছে আমাৰ 1 আছে, b2 আমাৰ 1 আছে আৰু c is 1 minus a. This is a, এটো a হয়, এটো b হয় আৰু এটো whole to c হয়. ঠিক আছে so যদি আমি সলভ কৰিব বিচাৰো for z আমি কি কৰিম minus b similar to this minus b minus 1 in this case minus 1 plus minus root over b square, b to আমাৰ কি হয় 1 b square minus 4 minus 4 ac, a to 1 হয়, c 1 minus a হয় into 1 minus a by 2a, a to আমাৰ 1 হয় 2 into 1. So this is just the simple equation to find the root find কৰিবলৈ আমি directly use কৰিছো. So এতিয়া root over 1 square minus 4 into 1 minus 4 into 1 minus 4 hobo etu plus 1, so it will give us minus 3 aru minus plus 4a minus 3 etu root or ahi gol. Etia amar ki di ase, this is the value of z, right? From here we'll get z as this. Etia z to amar imaginary part non zero boli ko ase, mane imaginary part to thakibo lage. So z or imaginary part to thakibo lage, imaginary to amar etu portion imaginary ni diye, this is the real portion, right? So imaginary thakibo lage, this part has to be non-zero. So imaginary হবলৈ 4a minus 3 যদি 0 হৈ যায় তেতিয়া imaginary নহব, right? আমাক কি লিখি দিছে cannot be the value of a. যদি a value যদি এইটো বস্তুটো 0 হৈ যায় তেতিয়া আমাৰ imaginary part টো 0 হৈ যাব. So imaginary part নাথাকিব যোনটো আমাক নালাগে, that is the question, that which cannot be the value, right? So if a equals to এটো যদি আমি সলভ কৰো we get 3 by this is 3 by 4, a equals to 3 by 4. So a equals to 3 by 4 হলে আমাৰ second imaginary part to 0 হবো, which is not which is just what we do not need, right? যোনটো আমাক না লাগে, a equals to 3 by 4 টো আমাক না লাগে. So that is the solution. A cannot be equal to 3 by 4. a equals to 3 by 4 হলে কি হবো purely real হৈ যাব. a equals to 3 by 4 হলে this term will be 0 for a equals to 3 by 4. a equals to 3 by 4 হলে এটো part to 0 হৈ যাব, which is not required in our case. We need what আমাক লাগে যে এটো imaginary হব লাগে, imaginary part to থাকিব লাগে. So imaginary part to থাকিব লাগিলে a cannot be equal to 3 by 4. So that is the solution. So this is all for today. So next we'll continue ami beleg eta topic maths or beleg eta topic dhorim aru beleg eta topic or upor similar questions korim similarly enake. So feedbacks are welcome. Jodi konobai sai kiba feedback dibo bisarise please mention in the comment section. So that is all. Thank you. See you in the next class. Bye bye.